Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Having a little bit of technical issues here. Hopefully, we're on now. Yes, we are. It says I am live. Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome. Come on in. My name is Kristen Conant, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I am here in Ludington, Michigan. Thank you for joining me today. What is the date today? I know it's September. It is, I believe, the 19th. So welcome, everybody. I am trying to do things a little bit different, so if I seem discombobulated, that's why. You know, when you change things up, things go a little differently than you anticipate, right? But I am trying things different, so bear with me. I'm hoping to improve on these things every week, so fingers crossed it all goes well. But today I have some things that I want to go over with you just real quickly so we can get into our crafting. There was lots of information shared on this page, the Create with Love page. One of those is beginning September 23. So next week we have an advent calendar that is going to go on sale. This is for you or a friend. If you have a crafter that is going to be on your holiday list, what a very cool gift this would be for them. What it is, it's an advent calendar, and it counts 12 days down to Christmas. And it is exclusive product, meaning you cannot find them online anywhere, nor can you find them in any of our publications. So the products that are in this advent calendar are while these advent calendars last. So with that, don't wait. If you want to be one of the recipients of these advent calendars, you want to purchase it ASAP. The sale starts September 23. The cost of this advent calendar is $99, but there's 12 items in there. 12! Oh my gosh. So you are getting way more value for the $99. The next thing I want to bring up to you is, do you remember back, I think it was in July, when we had a virtual scrapbooking retreat online, and I was sharing it with you when it was coming up, and then I shared the projects with you after we were done. Well, that was such a hit that Stampin' Up! Is now going to hold other stamping events online. One of those is coming up for October 23. You can register for this event starting October 1st. You do have to register October 1st, and then there are products that you need to purchase if you wish to participate and do the projects along with Stampin' Up! As they do them. And these projects are based on our Traditions of Christmas suite that is currently in our just started mini catalog that is fantastic. So I wanted to remind you of that. Also, by the 10th of October or the 10th of each month, you need to sign up for Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is a box of crafting fun that is delivered to you in your mailbox. The items that are in the Paper Pumpkins are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin as well, meaning you cannot purchase them any other place. So if you have not been subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, you're missing out. I have been a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin since it first started, and it has greatly changed, and the items are amazing. I love it. Not only do they have Paper Pumpkin every month, but each quarter they also have come out with a set of dies that you may purchase for your crafting expansion, if you will. Meaning the dies that they come out with coordinate with each month, October, November, and December's Paper Pumpkins. Do you need these for the projects? No, you do not. However, if you have these dies, you can expand your crafting abilities. But what I've noticed with the dies is they are also a great thing to add to your crafting stash because you can use them with multiple different things. So October's box is geared toward Christmas. November's box is Christmas gifting. So those of you who like 3D items. And then December is watercolor in bloom. So wanted to share that with you. Also, I wanted to let you know, if you are local to me, I hold classes in my Stampin' Studio just about every week, but I hold them consistently every month. So you can mark your calendar for the first and last Monday of the month. I do my product-based classes. Now the products change with each class, as does the price. Because you are receiving products, the fee changes. So these product-based classes, you need to RSVP with prepayment 3 weeks prior. And I will post these so you can see what's coming up. So mark your calendars, first and last Monday every month, product-based class. Second Monday of the month, I do a 10-card class. It's a morning class. Then the third Monday of every month, I do my 6-card class. This is an evening class at 7 p.m. in the evening. So just to let you know, it is already too late to sign up for the first Monday in October for the product-based class. We are going to be focusing on the Lights of Aurora. So thank you to those of you who have registered for that class. The last Monday of October, you have to prepayment with this class October 6th. So we're quickly approaching that mark. In that class, we are going to focus on the Autumn 12 class, which is also a new suite of products in the mini catalog. And then November 3rd, we're doing a product-based class, but I want to share it with you because you need to pre-register by October 13th. And this one, we are going to be focusing on the Traditions of Christmas suite of products in the catalog. So that's what's going on here. One more thing before we get started. Stampin' Up! Has shared that October 1st, we are going to have a join promotion. And they said, get ready. It is going to be better than anything we've ever done before. And that is all we know, that it will start on the 1st of October. So if you are already crafting and purchasing Stampin' Up! Products, why not get your products at a discount? You know, I'm just sharing with you a coupon, right? Don't you like to share the best coupons you find around town with your friends? Say, hey, so-and-so's got a 40% off coupon right now, or so-and-so's got a 25% off coupon. That's what I'm doing to you. I am offering you the opportunity to purchase your products at a discount. Do you have to do what I do? Absolutely not. It is totally up to you what you want to do. You can always be a savvy shopper if that's what you wish to do. And I just want to put out a personal invitation to you to join the Create with Love team, because I sure would love to have you here. Not only do you have your immediate team, the Create with Love team, to share and inspire and help you along the way, but it's like an exclusive club, right? If you want to be part of something, we sure would love to have you. But in addition to that, you get another club. Yeah, you get 2 of them, because the team that I am part of, Clomp Stampers, my upline is Jackie Bullheis, and let me tell you, we do some incredible, amazing things on the Clomp Stampers team, and we too would love you to be part of that. So, October 1st, there is something coming up, so if you have questions about this, please reach out to me, but we would love to have you. So I'm inviting you personally to join us. Okay, Are you ready for today's projects? Let's turn the camera down. Now, last week was a fiasco. I ended up disconnecting you, and I had to do a two-part video. Hopefully, today that does not happen. So, wish us luck. I'm going to cover the camera, but if you get seasick at all, hopefully I don't release it until that is over, but just in case, here's your warning, okay? Let's get started. See, I dropped the phone. Good thing you weren't looking. Okay, hold on. Almost, guys. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Yep. Isn't that the way it always goes? I'm trying to keep the camera covered. Still, I'm still here. Okay, let's see. Ta-da! We made it. So sorry, guys. Every time I do that, it feels like it's something different. So I apologize. And it looks like I need to move things up just a bit. So I'm watching my camera for a second just to make sure everything looks good. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, what you see on the screen right now, this is our current mini catalog. So if you are local to me or not local, I can mail these out. If you are not currently working with the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please reach out to me so I can get you a catalog. Not only do we have the mini catalog live right now, but we also have the annual catalog live right now. This one started back in May and will go to, I believe, the end of April. No, it actually goes to May 4th of 2026. So we have quite a ways to go with this one, and this is got a lot more things in it, obviously, than this one. But we do not have everything in a publication. So what does that mean? Please start going online to my store, which is on that sheet of paper there on the table, to see everything that we have. Stampin' Up! Is releasing brand new product. We have kits that release every month, and we have new products coming out. I believe it's like every other month. So I do not want you to miss out. Please get in the habit of checking online. If you need assistance with that or have any questions, that is what I'm here for. Please reach out to me because I'd love to help you. That is my job. Okay, so today's class, we are focusing on products that are actually online. So they are not an end of the publication, so you will need to go online to find them. It is a suite of products geared toward the fall, and I love the stamp set and dies. It is our red rubber. It is a distinctive stamp, meaning the way the stamps were designed, it stamps light and dark visual texture at one time, and I'll point that out here as we use it. But it is a red rubber cling stamp. And then we have this set of dies. Aren't they cool? Can you see how big this maple leaf right here fits on a 4x4 piece of paper? This one is about a 4 and a, not quite 4 1/4, more like 4 1/8, but it's a little bit longer than it is wide. And then we have all these little ones here. So let me show you that in this, these can be used alone, so there's no stamp with it, but all of these other ones in here cut out images within the stamp set. So love this bundle. Not only do we have the stamp set and dies, but we have other things to go with it as well. We have an embossing folder, and look how big this is. Where are my scrapbookers at? This embossing folder is 8.5 inches by 6 inches. It is amazing. I love that we come out with these great big embossing folders because they can be time savers. Love that. Then we have these embellishments. These are Cajun Craze in gold dots. Can you see those? Love those. And then we also have this duo pack of linen thread of Old Olive and Early Espresso. I have already ordered and received a second package of this twine because these are two colors. I don't know about you, but these are two colors that I stamp with often. So these will be used in more projects than this suite of products. Okay, and then next we have our DSP from this suite of products. And hold your ears, I'm going to rip this open. This DSP is our specialty DSP, meaning that there is gold foiling on the paper. Can you see that? Can you see the gold on this paper? This paper is absolutely stunning. So we have this random pattern, and then we have this on the back. We have a very similar pattern, just different colors, with a basic beige background, gold foiling on the front, and then we have basic beige on the back of this one. Then we have this Old Olive piece, stripes with gold foiling on it, and we have this wood grain texture on the back. And then let's see, okay, we've done those two. This is a different one. This is the back side, the non-specialty side. And then we have this side, another foiled leaf pattern. So lots of leaves to use. And then let's see. We have this one. This again is the back side. It's got circles on it and stripes on it. And the stripes are very subdued. Hopefully you can see those. And then look on the other side. We have foiled plaid. Isn't that beautiful? And then I believe there is one more. Yes, there is. We have this random pattern with the foiling on it. And this pattern in the gold foil is that same pattern that is in this embossing folder. So the coordination with Stampin' Up! Is absolutely amazing. We talk about this, demonstrators talk about this amongst ourselves all the time on how fantastic Stampin' Up's coordination is. It is absolutely amazing. It is the first reason why I picked Stampin' Up, because way back in the beginning, almost 27 years ago, that is what one of the things that drew me into Stampin' Up was their coordination. And it still blows me away today. They've gotten way better today than they were even back then. But anyways, the back side of this specialty paper is this one. So that is all the patterns from the specialty paper that we are going to use in our projects today. So why does the coordination mean so much to me? Because it reduces my search time, if you will. I know that if I have, like it says on the designer series paper, it says they use Old Olive color. I know that if I grab my Old Olive cardstock, my Old Olive ink, or any other embellishment that I have in Old Olive, it's all going to go well with each other, so I can get to my projects quicker. So, yeah, I love that. Okay, first card we are going to make today, we are using a piece of basic white. It measures 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. And then I just line up the corners to my cardstock. I burnish it with a bone folder So there is that one. Then I took a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5, and I used that embossing folder and ran it through. Then I also have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Then I took a piece of basic white that was 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, and I used a die from the Branching Out bundle that is available in the mini catalog. It is not a suite, it is a bundle. So it has a stamp set and dies, and I love the shape of this die. I had to have it simply for that because I am going to be using that shape die with so many different things. Then I have a piece of cardstock that is 2 1/2 by 4 1/4 extra for my stamping, okay? The colored inks that I'm going to be using today are Old Olive, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, and Cajun Craze. All of these colors were listed on the back of our designer series paper. Stampin' Up! Lists all of those colors that are used in the paper on the back of the DSP, so you can locate your things quicker when you're looking. So if you're looking at this and you're like, I want to make a project of it, simply flip your package over, read down here what colors they used on it, then you can go grab all the things that you need in those colors to coordinate for your project. Again, the one reason why I absolutely love Stampin' Up! So I'm going to take my Cajun Craze, I'm going to ink up this stamp, which is the larger leaf from the stamp set, and stamp that down, okay? And can you see the light and dark on that stamp? No, that is not a mistake I did. That is that distinctive stamping that I told you about. Let me bring in the stamp. See, can you see on the stamp the texture on the actual rubber of the stamp? That is etched in by the designer, and that's how it does the light and the dark stamping, and I absolutely love that. So there is that one. Then I know I need Crushed Curry. I'm going to open it up. I am going to stamp a leaf there. Okay, and then I need my Early Espresso. And I am going to stamp an acorn on here. Okay, and look at that acorn. Look at the detail in those. Aren't they beautiful? Just love it. They make you feel like an artist, which I love. Okay, this one right here, I'm going to bring this in while I have my Early Espresso open. And I'm going to ink up one of the greetings from this set. And I am going to stamp that right in here like so. I saw this card online on Pinterest, and Laura, I believe it's Mulligan, I'm sorry if I slaughtered your name. Thank you so much. We love to share our, oops, I need to bring this back in. We love to share our designs with each other and make each other's beautiful cards. That's what crafting is about, is sharing, right? Okay, I wanted to stamp an acorn down there. This is the inside of my card, so I wanted to bring a little bit of the outside in. So I'm going to flip this emboss piece over, and I am bringing in my Stampin' Dimensionals and putting those on here. Peeling off my backing. Okay, so there is that. Now make sure my card opens the right direction. And then this is going to get centered on the front of my card. This one is my interior piece, so I'm using just a little bit of our Tombow multi-purpose glue. And that is going to go in here like so. Okay, and through the magic of television, I'm going to take this and the dies and go cut it out. Ta-da! There's the magic. Then this one, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my greeting piece. Okay, and I'm going to peel off the backings to this one. Okay, and then this is going to go on here, slightly over to my right, so that I have a little bit more room here, because now I am going to take my Stampin' Seal, put some adhesive on here. This is going to go underneath that corner. This one, I'm going to put a little bit of seal on. It is going to go on here, like so, and then my acorn is going to get a little dimensional on the back of it, more toward the top. Okay, and then this is going to go on here, like so. And then I took some of that early espresso linen thread and cut off a 9-inch piece, and I tied a large bow to it. And I am going to take a glue dot and put a glue dot on the back of it, and then it is going to slide right underneath my project, like so. And now I'm going to come in with my Cajun Craze and gold embellishments and put embellishments on my card. So I'm going to take a large one and put one on here. If you have joined me live, please say hello, and please also know that if you have joined me live and I haven't said hello, it's because I can't see who has joined me. But please still say hello, so that when I am done with the live, I can say hello to you. I can tell somebody's here. It tells me the number, but nobody has said hello. But there you go. How is that card? Isn't this product beautiful? Love it. Okay, let's go on to project number 2. And this project, I actually saw Melissa Faust do this. I've changed it up a little bit, but thank you, Melissa, for inspiring me on this. And so for this project, I need a piece of Cajun Craze, again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to line up the edges of my card. Okay, so there's that. Then I took a piece that's 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I embossed it with that embossing folder. So I need that. I have a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside liner. And then I have a piece of white that is 1 3/4 by 5.5 for stamping. And then I have 2 pieces of old olive that are scraps, because I'm going to decide what greeting I want to put on here. I think I know which one I want to use, but we shall see. Okay, so let's take this particular piece. I'm going to put adhesive on the back here. And it should be the same size, so you should be able to line up the edges and press it down. I like to do this when I do embossing folders, because when you do an embossing folder on your cardstock, it breaks down the fibers in your cardstock and can make the front a little bit flimsy, if you will. So I always like to use an extra piece on it just to make sure everything's covered. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I also used a 4" by 4" piece of that Designer Series paper. And so what I did is I took this to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I die cut this leaf out for this project. But this leaf we are going to be using in our next project. So stick around so you can see what we do with that one. So I'm going to flip this one over now, and I am going to put some dimensionals on here. This is a great way, you know, you die cut things out and you think, huh, man, that seems like a lot of waste, right? Because typically you would throw this piece away, right? Well, maybe you will see your die cutting pieces in a little bit different light by doing this. Don't throw them away. Use them on another card. So I'm going to peel off the backings to my dimensionals. The black ones are just minis. We do have white minis as well, but apparently I don't have those in my stash over here. But I did have the black ones, so you're not going to see those, so it's all good, right? Okay, so let's flip this over, and now I'm going to put this on here more toward the top than the bottom, but centered from side to side. So there we have that. And now, see, I think that one, is that one too big? No, I think I'm going to use this one, and I'll show you what we will do. And I am going to use Early Espresso on this greeting instead of Old Olive, so it will show up just a bit darker. So I'm grabbing one of the greetings. I'm going to stamp it on here like so. And when you stamp it, it actually does look more Old Olive than it does Early Espresso, but it is slightly darker. So now I'm going to take a pair of scissors, yep, and I am going to fussy cut around the greeting, just because when I laid this on my leaf just a second ago, it seemed to overpower the leaf. So when that happens, a lot of times I resort to fussy cutting greetings out just so it doesn't take up so much real estate on the card and overpower your design. Okay, so I finished cutting this out almost. See, it doesn't take long. There we go. There's my greeting. See how much more of the design you can see? But in addition to this, I think I'm going to add on just a couple more items just to zhuzh it up a bit. So I believe I am going to put adhesive on the back of this one. This one is going to go down in here. I know my greeting is going to come, whoops, can slide that over. This is going to come over here like so. So now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this one. Okay, peel off the backing. And then this will sit, whoops, right in here like so. And then I am going to take couple of acorns. And I am going to glue these together with mini glue dots like this. And then I'm going to use a couple of mini glue dots. And then this is going to go on here like so. And then I went ahead and took 2 pieces that were 8 inches long of the old olive linen thread, and I tied the 2 pieces together. And so now I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on the back of my bow, and then my bow is going to go on here like so. And now we need some more of our gems to finish it off. So on this one, I'm going to take one of our medium gems and a small one, and then another small one, and put it down here like so. There we go. So that is how you can use what I call the negative space to your die cuts and make them go farther for you. What do you guys think about this card? I hope you like it. Okay, let's go on to our last card for today. Today I was inspired for this card. I had seen a fun fold card online, but I didn't want to do a fun fold. I don't know, I just didn't today. So what I did instead, I forgot my liner for the inside of that last card. We'll do that after we're done. Anyways, I was inspired for this card by a fun fold, but I didn't want to do a fun fold. So I'll show you here in just a minute how I was inspired. But this piece is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, which is the exact same size as our first 2 cards, but it's just done a little differently. So there is that one. Then I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And then for this one, remember, I'm taking the image that was die cut from the last piece. That was this side. And I'm going to be using that. But this is where the inspiration comes from, the fun fold. The fun fold that I saw, it accordion folds up, and you can see several DSPs on the front, but I just wanted to use the strips. So each of these strips are 5 1/4 in length. This one is a 1-inch strip. This one is a 1 3/8 inch strip, and then this one is a 1 1/2 inch strip. Okay? And then again, just like the last one, I have a piece for my greeting. And this piece measures 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/2 inches. Okay, so let's put this together, shall we? So my first piece is going to be this one. I'm going to put adhesive on here. And I'm going to put this on my card front. Now, some people like to start in the center of their card and do the center strip first. I, however, whenever I do that, I get off track. So, Kristen doesn't do hers that way. You do you. But this is how I do it. I have to do one first that has 3 equal borders. And yeah, a 3 pattern. I'm just looking to see how I like the paper to look, because it's all visual. There's no right or wrong direction. You get to pick. So I'm putting that on there. And then our last piece, see, this needs to go over just a bit. And that liquid glue allows me to slide it over a bit. I like that better. Okay, and so now we're going to put adhesive on the back of this one. And then this one is going to go over here to finish the front of our card. Isn't that a great way to showcase your designer series paper? And here's another way. Okay, this was the die that I cut out. When they designed, the artist designed this stamp set, they designed it so you can take that linen thread, either the early espresso or the old olive, and I'm not sure where it has gone. Anywho, it's this linen thread. You can take this and you can feed it through here to make it look like stitching. And I've heard several people say, I'm not gonna take the time to do the stitching. How about some faux stitching? Yes, faux, F-A-U-X. Do you know what that means? It means it is not really done with thread. Here's a tip for you. I am taking, because we do not have early espresso blends, but we have one of the skin tone colors in one of our sets has a SU 100. So I am going to take the bullet tip to this one, lay my ruler on, and I am going to draw on my stitching versus doing the real stitching. Okay, so now I'm gonna go this one, and we're gonna go here, here, here. Okay, that one's done. Do this one. So, don't let these dies intimidate you. No. Look at them a little bit differently, maybe. Now I'm going to take this one, go across here. We're going to do this one. It's almost like Zen doodling, isn't it? Do we have any doodlers in here? That is something that has always intrigued me, but I've never taken the time to do. Okay, we're almost done. Hold, please. This one can go straight across. There we go. We've got one more set down here. Oops, getting caught on my die. Okay, let's do this. And then this one, whoops, is gonna go here. And then this one is going to go here. There we go. No sewing needed, just your Stamp and Blend. Isn't that cool? Doesn't it add great detail to that? I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and we are going to, I'm going to put dimensionals on this one and try to stay away from the holes so that you don't see the white from the dimensionals. Okay, and one more out here. Okay, so now I'm going to peel off the backings. And peel this one off, and this one, and then this is going to go on here, like so. And now I'm going to take this one with my early espresso, and it says thankful for you. I'm going to ink it up, and this is going to get stamped on here like so. And then let me see, I'm going to take this one and we are going to chop that off there and chop this off there like so. this is going to go on here like that. And let's do our stamp and seal. This is going to go in here like so. And now I have taken two pieces of that espresso linen thread at 8 inches a piece. We are going to pick up a glue dot for this, and this is going to go on here. Give these pieces just a little bit of a trim. Just a touch. There we go. And now we need some embellishments on here. And so for this one, I'm going to take one of the large ones and let's put one down here. And then I will take a small one, put a small one here, and let's do a medium one up here, like so. There we go. We have this left, and I believe I'm going to do like I did earlier, and we are going to stamp an acorn on there and close that up. Put some adhesive on the back of here. And this goes inside to write your message. So there is card number 3. What do you guys think of these projects today? I hope you like them, and I hope you love the products, more importantly. So there you go. Let me know which card is your favorite. Hopefully I've given you a few tips and tricks along the way today. Thank you so much for joining me in the Create with Love Stampin' Studio. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I will see you next week, Friday at 2 p.m. for our next live on Friday. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.